Hello Stings. In this video we will be looking at factoring trinomials in the Texas City Way. So to factor polynomials, in this case more specifically trinomials, first things we're going to do is we're going to write down our problem and we're going to look at the coefficients of the first and the last term and we're going to multiply those together. 2 times negative 15 is negative 30. The next thing we're going to do is take the first term and bring it down. We're going to take the last term and bring it down. So we have 2x squared and negative 15. Now what we're going to do is take this middle term and split it into two terms. We are looking for the factors of negative 30 that combine to give us a negative 7. Since 3 times negative 10 is negative 30 and 3 plus negative 10 is negative 7, we're going to split this negative 7x into a positive 3x and a negative 10x. Now we have a polynomial with 4 terms and we can use our factor by grouping. We group the first 2 terms, group the second 2 terms, and then we take the greatest common factor here, which is x, leaving us a 2x plus 3. Greatest common factor here is negative 5, leaving us 2x plus 3. Now that 2x plus 3 is what they have in common, and the x minus 5 is what is left, so those are the 2 factors that we have. It doesn't matter which order you put these in. If you want to write the 2x plus 3 first, that's fine. If you want to write the x minus 5 first, that is fine as well. Okay, so let's look at a few examples. First example is going to be 3n squared minus 13n minus 30. So the first thing we need to do is go ahead and multiply 3 and negative 30 and we get negative 90. Then we take the 3n squared and we bring it down. We take the negative 30 and we bring it down. Now we need to look at factor pairs of negative 90 that are going to give us negative 13n. So we can use our calculator to help us with that. What we do there is go to y equals, and we're going to take negative 90 and divide it by x, and then look at the table. Of course, we can't divide by 0, so we have 1 and negative 90, 2 and negative 45, 3 and negative 30. 4 is not a factor because we don't have a whole number in the y column. 5 and negative 18, 6 and negative 15, not 7, not 8, but 9 and negative 10. If I take 9 and negative 10, add them together, I get negative 1. We need a negative 13. 6 plus negative 15 is negative 9. We need negative 13. 5 and negative 18. There's the factor pair that I'm looking for because 5 plus negative 18 is negative 13. So I'm going to take this and split it into a positive 5n and a negative 18n. Because here was our positive 5 and our negative 18 were the factors that gave us a negative 13n. So for this we can take negative 90, put it over x, and put that into y equals to help us get those factors. Now we're going to factor by grouping. We'll take 3n squared plus 5n plus negative 18n minus 30. 3n squared and 5n have an n in common, leaving 3n plus 5. Negative 18 and negative 30 have a negative 6 in common, leaving a 3n and a 5 inside their parentheses. The common factor there is 3n plus 5. What's left is n minus 6. And there is your factored form of 3n squared minus 13n minus 30. This process works for any trinomial where if you multiply the first and last numbers and that they can find factors that add up to this middle term, then it can be factored. If you look at factors that cannot be, that will not give you this middle term, then the trinomial cannot be factored, and you would just leave it in the form that it is in.